you're going to make your first million this year. Now, this is the thing. I say that just to say that, but what I really mean, whoever this is for, you're going to hit millions this year. Like, you're not just going to make 1 million. That's behind anyway. 1 million ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? 1 million hit more like 500,000, right? And that's not even including taxes and all that type of stuff. But whoever this is for, you're getting ready to quantum leap. Like, when I say stay the path, your life is going to change overnight. Live like that. First and foremost, walk in it. A lot of times, shout out to Dr. Wayne Dyer, rest in peace, one of my favorites, one of the great chosen ones. Okay, Dr. Wayne Dyer said something that is true. He used to always say, most people want to believe it when they see it. He says, believe it and then you'll see it. This is facts. This is how everything works. Even the Bible tries to explain to us how things work. The Bible tells us, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and its righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. There's an internal process. The Bible tells us to walk by faith, not by sight. The Bible tells us to speak things as though they are, right? Even though they may not already exist, or you may not be able to see it. The Bible tells us these exact same things. Whoever this is for, you've been doing everything that you need to do. You've been sowing the seeds. You've been doing the work. What you've been doing and what you got going on, whether it's your product, whether it's a business, whatever it is that you offer. Some of you, it might be like an entertainment company or something like that. Is that none of that has ever been the problem. Continue to sow. Galatians 6:9 tell us, do not grow weary in doing good, for in due season you will reap if you faint not. Is that type of energy. Is that. Now it's about walking as if it's already happened. Being blessed for it, being in the energy of it, just allowing it to come in, because there's something that's getting ready to take off for you. Some of you, this is something that you created a while ago. And you've been still working it. You've been doing your thing with it. It maybe just hasn't bear the type of fruit that you thought it would. You ain't tripping. It's getting ready to bear that. When I say you're getting ready not to make your first meal, you're getting ready to make your first millions. You talking about, for some of y'all, going from 6-figure earners, maybe low 6-figure earners, to millions, double digits. Not 7 figures, we're talking 8 figures. Some of y'all is going to be like 14 million. But there's something that you're getting ready to do. Some of you is more than that. Some of you are getting ready to create something that people are going to want to buy from you for a large price. There's different levels to entrepreneurship, you know. And I'm going to be honest, this is for people who's been about that life. Because it's levels to it, you know. You go from the hustling stage, like, you have to learn, you know, it's levels until you start to really understand what scaling is and what scaling means. This is why I've been dedicating my time to trying to help people to have to skip that learning curve that it could take years to learn. I know it took me years to figure out and get to the point where I'm at. It took me over a decade to really see things in a different way. Even when we're talking about financial success, most people think, oh, I got to work hard, I got to do more. You got to think different. You got to think different. That's what it's about. You got to have a different mindset. When you're talking about wealth, when you're talking about abundance, that's a different type of energy. It's not a desperate energy. The wealthiest people you know, they not working at all right now. They chilling. If it ain't raining where they at, they probably on a golf course. They probably out, you know, doing something. They not working though. They might have some oversight, and they probably to the point where they don't even do the oversight. They got other people to do the oversight. Like, more money doesn't mean more work. Think about how much you already work, which many of you, most people, work way more than the richest people on earth. Like, most people who make the least amount works more than almost everybody else. So it's not that, because think about how much you already work. And think about if you had to work more in order to multiply your dollars to get to $1 million. You wouldn't be able to, you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. You already work a lot. So how you going to work more to get to that? That's not how you get to that. You get to that right here. And one of the ways also, not just in the way of thinking and understanding things, this is why mentorship is important. I offer mentorship services and things like that, business services. Everything I do is on prettybossTV.com. Shouts out to everybody who was part of the master classes. Shouts out to everybody who joined MMM Bootcamp. Y'all know how we getting it in. I've been trying to translate this mindset to others so they can skip the step. And I definitely know some gets it. You know what I'm saying? Some of you, this could even be for specifically to somebody I'm talking to that rocks heavy with Pretty Boss TV. Like, keep doing what you're doing. All it takes is one breath. You could be doing something, been doing it for years, and just one person come across your work and they give you a shout out. And this is not to say this how it has to happen, but one person give you a shout out, change your life. You wake up to like, wait a minute, why do I have so many followers? Wait a minute, why do I have so many orders? Wait a minute. This is how things work. You got to stay the course. God moves in mysterious ways. But again, God moves according to our alignment. How wealthy are you? For those of you who this is for, how do you feel about your life? How do you feel about your day every day? How do you present yourself? How do you keep up with yourself? Are you taking care of yourself? How do you move? Are you moving like money? Are you feeling like money? Are you smelling like money? This is how we manifest these things. Even for some of you that may be listening to this particular prophetic message wasn't for, you can line up with it. You can skip. See, alignment puts you ahead of the game. Alignment is how you skip the crowd. A lady named Esther Hicks, I don't agree with everything she say, but the one thing that's facts that she said, one person who is in alignment is more powerful than millions who are not. And I like to think about this in terms of the Bible. The Bible tells us the wide path, many find it, and it leads to destruction. But the narrow path leads to life, and those who find it are few. This applies to everything. Most people don't even know how to focus in their mind. Everything literally is mental. The all truly is mind. This is how we co-create with the Most High. This is how we create with the divine. And the thing about it, anybody that's in a situation, for some of you that this message is for, you really could use some bread. Like, you in a situation, it's like, yo, I definitely need, I don't even need $1 million. I just need 100,000. I just need 200,000. And it's like, nah, God is ready to do exceedingly and abundantly above and beyond anything that you can think or ask, according to the power at work in you, according to your faith. What do you believe? Even for those of you who this is for, or those of you who want to line up with this prophetic message, every night before you go to bed, do that energy work. Every time you wake up in the morning and start your day, do that energy work. Pray. The Lord's Prayer is powerful. It's one of my favorite prayers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll say it briefly. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. I'm looking up. I see 988 on a billboard. 9 and 8 are significant numbers. 8. I'm 8 minutes in this message. Some of y'all don't understand things that you have been manifesting, things that you have been co-creating with the Most High, cultivating in your mind, the seeds that you've been sowing. You're getting ready to see it come down to earth. Say that prayer every night before bed and do a meditation. Just allow your mind to be clear. When you meditate, this is about creating and cultivating sacred space so that you can hear the Most High. That's what that's about. It's about being silent so you can receive. We always thinking, talking, asking. No. That be the noise in the way. Let the Most High speak. That's what meditation is about. Silencing your mind so that you can actually hear. Even if it's not certain things that you're hearing audibly, you'll start to see that your actions line up with the things that you've been desiring from your heart naturally. Things are going to start shifting for you. Do that every night, every morning before you wake up. Every night also, don't just do a meditation, the prayer and the meditation in the daytime, but at night, do that prayer and then go into a visualization. What do you want this month? What would you like to show up in your life in April? Something that you would just like. It doesn't have to be major. Some of y'all not ready for, oh, I want millions to show up. It don't have to be that. But it could be something that you want. Something that you like. You know, it would be nice. It would be nice if I can go on a vacation. It would be nice if I can get some new shades. You know what I'm saying? I really want some new shades. You know, it's my birthday season. Pretty Boss TV Cash App if you love me. But no, on some real, think about and visualize certain things that you wouldn't mind showing up in your life this month. Think about it. Put yourself there. Feel it. Be there. And watch how it shows up for you. I'm so serious. For those of you who this is for, if you claim hitting 8-figure status this year, put it in the comments. Put that 888 with them fire emojis, them bag emojis. Let me know. Touch and agree with it. Excuse you. Touch and agree with it. Claim it. If you can't even put that in the comments, you already saying, you know what, I know that's not for me. Why is it not for you? Yeshua came so that you may live life and live it abundantly. The Most High gave you power to get great wealth, and you're about to see what favor looks like. It's a great book called The Psychology of Money. The one thing I love about that book is because he does get it in from a different perspective. It was a refreshing read because most of the authors, I'm not going to lie, like most of the modern authors to me, I've read a lot of their books and it's like mediocre. Like even Atomic Habits, like don't get me wrong, I think Atomic Habits is good for like people who just really, that's why I created 30 Days Success. You could just skip Atomic Habits if you hit the program, because that's the work. Bump just hearing about it. Like 30 Days to Success is going to put you in the mode. I'm all about that action. If some of y'all don't know 30 Days to Success.academy, you can get the official course. That's real. That's how I pull myself up out the mud. You hear me? Everything that I share are things that I've used on myself that works, and I've also used it with many others and have seen the results. I'm only about stuff that works over here on Pretty Boss TV. For those of y'all who don't know about the brand, don't know how we get down. But some of you really can have 8 figures show up in your life sooner than you realize. But line up with it. What does that look like for you? What would your day-to-day look like if you was an 8-figure person? What would you do? What would you create? How would you dress? How would you act? What would you tolerate in your life? Would you tolerate everybody that's in your life right now, or would you tell some of them people to kick rocks? These are the questions you have to ask yourself, and then move in that. Visualize. For those of you who this message is for, start every night before you go on to bed. Say the Lord's Prayer. Talk to God. Don't let the sun go down on your anger. God says be angry, but do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger, because you got to transmute that. What we do before we go to bed at night is powerful. It has everything to do with the rest of our day. You bring that into the next day. So ask yourself and think about and start visualizing, what does your 8-figure life look like? Because they talking about Project 2025, but baby, we taking over 2025. You're PrettyBossTV.com, family. Don't ever forget it. PrettyBossTV.com gonna always be there. That's where y'all can always find me. Subscribe to the site. We got some fun stuff coming. You ain't got to worry about subscribing to my site and getting hit with a whole bunch of promos. Nah, I got content that I'm passionate about sharing. Free content to edify the community, to edify the family of the chosen ones. 8 figures. Put them 8s below. Let me know if that's for you. I love y'all so much. I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all willing. Peace.